Does Mr. Sleepy Man have bad graphics? And when you say bad, do you mean Michael Jackson bad? Or Michael Jackson bad? Bad graphics are like an art style in itself. It's the lo-fi music of your eyeballs. Less is more. Although I'm not going entirely towards that retro low polygon look, I would say there's definitely a quality to my art that approaches that line of uncanny valley. And I like that. It helps not being the most technically proficient 3D artist in the world. Because sometimes I like to make weird shit on purpose. If it makes me laugh, it gets a pass. But yet, some people on the internet don't know what nuance is. And by some people, I mean goo-goo babies that probably shouldn't have access to social media. Kids, this stuff isn't good for your brain. Don't listen to me or do what I'm doing. I'm already broken. There's still hope for you. Get off your phone and go outside and play in the woods or something. But what I'm trying to get at here is that if there's an art style that in some way is paying homage to an older game or era, not everyone is gonna have a reference point to that nostalgia. Some people aren't gonna get it. And that's okay. You can't make everyone happy. And if you try to, you'll just end up creating nothing. Any piece of art that you could deem noteworthy is going to have attributes that stand out. And everyone has different tastes. So what seems fun or cool to one person may seem lame to someone else. So just try and make yourself happy before you go around thinking about what other people like. Does Mr. Sleepy Man's gliding ability ruin the platforming? In 2017, a little game called Breath of the Wild came out, and now for some reason every single game that's ever existed has a gliding ability in it. And that's okay, because that's how game design works. A good idea is a good idea. Remember when Resident Evil 4 said, "Hey, how about this camera angle?" And look at all the games that ripped it off. Wow. But the glider ability, it's like the perfect vibe. It adds so much to the exploration in a 3D game. There's nothing more fun than reaching a vantage point and just drifting away. And thematically, it's so fitting for Mr. Sleepy Man. His glider is his safety blankie. But when it comes to difficult platforming sections, the glider can take away some of the thrill. It's easy to use it to skip large platforming gaps and correct bad jumps. My justification has always been that this ability comes at the price of speed. If you wanted to speed run through these levels, you would throw that safety blankie right out the window. I might just end up pulling a Super Mario Sunshine and just taking it away for some platforming sections. But for this level, I made an objective where you have to carry this giant rock all the way to the top, so you can't cheese your way through. What do you guys think? I think this is one of those scenarios where even though you're faced with multiple options, many of them can be considered good ideas, and you wouldn't be wrong to choose any of them. It's in these scenarios that you need to ask yourself, what's the best choice for my project? No nerd on Reddit is ever going to give you the right answer for that. There's nothing more relaxing than doing absolutely nothing in a video game. When I finally get to sit down and play a game on the weekend after working on Mr. Sleepy Man, I just want to relax. I don't want anyone telling me where to go. I don't want anyone telling me what to do. Whether I actually get something done in the game or not, it doesn't matter. It's all about the vibe. What's your favorite game to do nothing in? When I was a kid, mine was Ocarina of Time. There was nothing like running around Kakariko Village and just talking to every NPC. And honestly, that gameplay experience inspired Mr. Sleepy Man a bit. I've always wanted to create the perfect nothing game. I mean, you're playing as a sleepy guy. It makes sense, doesn't it? How much initiative do you expect him to have? So when people ask me, what's the plot of Mr. Sleepy Man? What are you supposed to be doing in this game? Kinda ruins the point. Obviously, the game gives you a bunch of main quests up front. But I love the free-form idea of just letting the player loose into the world without a care. Just let them figure it out on their own. Why does it feel like night today? I'ma sleep through my life today. Snuggle up, feel okay. Every time's my bedtime when I fade away. Sleepiest guy you've ever seen. You can't stop me, I'm the night king. Don't need no coffee, been filling up on dreams. Hold the cream, I got a whole case of these. You ain't even got the time to think about it. I put these jokers to sleep before a single sheep is counted. And if you doubt it, your vision's looking clouded. Cause my mind's been spitting my rhymes since 2000. It's all style, look at you child, trying to make sense of a world defiled. Fun's up now, close your eyes. No one needs to know what's going on outside. Just keep sleeping on it. Just keep sleeping on it. Come on. Just keep sleeping on it. Just keep sleeping on it. When should you not damp the wise? I don't know what it is, guys. The algorithm just wants me to talk about damping the wise all the time. I don't really get it. And frankly, I don't really like it. But I guess we're just gonna have to milk this cow for all it's worth. Wishlist Mr. Sleepy Man on Steam. So when should you not damp the wise? It's really all about the perspective you want to communicate. If there's a scenario that exists where you need to follow the player with exact precision, easing the camera in any direction may not be the best choice. Like when Mr. Sleepy Man is thrown into his bouncy ball ragdoll state. There's no camera easing at all. That's because I actually want these low moments of the game to be disorienting, since you're not in control of the player. And if your game is in first person, then obviously, camera damping would be a horrible choice. It would make no sense. Remember, the camera should always communicate the game's perspective. In third-person games, you should think of the camera as literally someone holding a camera in their hands. Oh look, Mario 64 got it right again. If you were watching someone jump around in real life, the camera should reflect how your eye would follow that target. Unless you're like a chicken or something. Having the camera follow the player's exact movements is gonna look really unnatural. Sorry, chicken posters. Today's not your day. At the end of it, I'll say it 100 times. It's all about perspective. The same undamped camera angle is gonna get old pretty fast if it's the only camera angle in your game. If you made it this far in the video, type the comment, "I can't believe he was a chicken the whole time." No one will understand what you're talking about. Oh yeah, Wishlist Mr. Sleepy Man on Steam.